Do you ever wonder why basically every single game that's Marvel, Star Wars, or anything owned by Disney sucks? Think for a brand that makes such big blockbuster movies would see an opportunity to seize and make more money, wouldn't you? There's been a lot of opportunities for incredible Star Wars games and incredible Marvel games, but they're all squandered because they're licensed out. Now, as a fan of Marvel and Star Wars, I feel like we've missed out on so much. So let's get into it. EA buys exclusivity to Star Wars. Great. We get a lot of fun games. We get Battlefront, amazing game. Battlefront 2, loot boxes are crazy. And we get a decent game, Jedi Fallen Order, which was pretty good. Pretty good. Now, when you don't actually own the IP, there's a lot less care that goes into it, and you're really just trying to make as much money as possible, aren't you? That's how we saw in Battlefront 2, but maybe I contradicted myself because of Battlefield 2042. But when you own that franchise, you want to pay more respect because you want it to grow and do better. When you don't own it, you just own a licensing fee, then they don't care, they just want short term. Now, the video game industry is actually past the film industry. So if you're thinking you're a big entertainment company named Disney and you want to move to the next level to make more money and grow as a company, what would you do? I would make a couple gaming studios at this point, because imagine playing the Guardians of the Galaxy game, which was alright, it was okay. Imagine playing that, but with the actual characters and actors. I mean, video games make more money, so why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you do that? That sounds genius. If I'm the executive, I'm pushing for something like that. I'm not sure about you guys, but I'm pushing for something like that. Imagine playing Marvel's Avengers that Square Enix made and turned it into an absolute shit show, but playing it and you have all the actual actors. Now, these independent companies aren't going to pay for the real actors because they cost a lot, frankly. You use their faces. But a company that actually owns the IP, well, that can be in the contract, can't it? But it just surprises me so hard how much of a failure Disney is for something that likes to capitalize on everything. I guess, yeah, I mean, they like to join the party late, I guess. They do like to join the party late. We've seen WB Games, it's kind of in an awkward position where there's not too much coming out. It hasn't been great apart from select games, but they've actually been closing down their game companies and trying to sell it. But if you have the power of Marvel and Star Wars and normal Disney, why don't you build your own gaming company? Let's look at the stats. So gaming is worth $145 billion. The global industry for music is worth around $20 billion. And the worldwide box office saw takings of around $42.5 billion. Even if you combine them, it's not enough. When Avengers Endgame was released by Marvel, it made $858 million in its opening weekend. And when Grand Theft Auto was released in 2013, it made over $1 billion in 3 days. If you own, let me say this again, if you own Star Wars and Marvel, how big of an idiot do you have to be to not think, you know what, this gaming industry, it's here to stay. Let's make a couple companies. How big of an idiot do you have to be? This is the next step, and it disappoints me because I'm a fan of both, and I would love to see a Star Wars The Clone Wars where you play as a clone and you actually fight. Imagine Battlefront 2, but an actual solid game when it launches, you know? For all the issues I have with Disney, where I think they're just getting too big, at least I feel like they would put out a quality product, or somewhat quality, because their face is on it. Not EA, not Square Enix, their face. I mean, I know they're a massive company, but who wouldn't want to see proper Star Wars games, proper Marvel games, proper Disney game? I mean, it makes so much more money, so why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you? It's just a complete lack of incompetence. That's how I put it. What do you guys think? You think Disney are idiots? Do you think they're genius for licensing out the product? I'm not sure what to think at this point. I always feel like Disney's just waiting for all the other companies to get in, then they go. But they're such a big company, they could really positively affect the gaming industry and bring more of a challenge in. I mean, we have lots of games coming out, but imagine if other companies have to fight for your dollar. If there's 15 other games coming out, you know, if there's 4 other games coming out in a week, there's more competition. The more games, the better, because that means that you as a company are going to have to give us a better product, and you're not going to get these unfinished garbage. It also means that unfinished garbage will not be bought because there's, oh my god, there's the new Star Wars game and it's a space battle game, you know? I'm just thinking of all the opportunities and things that they could do if they made some actual development companies. Imagine an Empire of War 2, you know? Could you imagine how good of a game that would be? All of this massive company's backings. It just annoys me that these big companies don't take advantage of an industry that's clearly here to stay and it's making more money than ever. It will only benefit people having more competition in the market. Thank you guys so much for watching. Disney executive, whoever's the CEO, come over here. Let me give you a slap because I'm going to teach you how to do business. You get learn how to do business. Open a couple gaming companies and put the amount of money you put in for a movie and you'll make more. Who does not want to play some of these massive Star Wars games? The movie industry is slowly dying, especially the cinemas. You got your streaming service, but why not diversify, you know? Put so much money in your movies, there's more money to be made in gaming. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Let me know what you thought about this video, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.